Hello, hello, my lovelies. Oh my goodness, what a week ahead. And have you been feeling the energy? Okay, last week, we've been feeling this energy coming up to it, even last week, actually, and the week before. So, tomorrow night, so UK Irish time, it's actually going to be 3:35 a.m. We have got a full I think it's a supermoon. That means it's closer to the Earth, but it's actually a lunar eclipse. And with eclipses, we feel them in advance for about a month coming up, churning things, making things uncomfortable. And hi, Janine, hi, JJ. So we feel them. I'm just going to post something that I didn't put in the link, so I'll just post it here. So we're going to yeah, we've been feeling this, and it's been churning up change and triggering and all of that. So you may already be feeling this. I'm sure there isn't somebody in the world who isn't feeling it. So it'll be the 17th at 10:35 p.m. For the new moon in Eastern time, US. It's going to be 3:35 a.m. here in Irish UK time. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. There's a lot that I can help you navigate. I'm not going to talk a lot about the astrology because I'm not one, but I follow astrology, and everybody I've followed in this for the past 4.5 years, actually 5 years, because it was 2019 that I started getting into astrology, and the change, and something big was coming up in 2020 and all of that, and everything that has happened in the last few years have been written in the stars. And actually, we know that going back for eons. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to navigate it. I'm going to read a few cards, but the main things are, so the sun and the moon are obviously across from each other during an eclipse, or during any full moon. An eclipse means, we're going to see a shadow of the Earth over the moon. The sun is opposite the moon. So that it's going to be at 25 degrees. So the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in Pisces. Pisces is a very emotional, watery sign. In fact, so is the moon. And Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is actually conjunct, in other words, in the same place with the moon and in Pisces. So it's going to feel intense. It might feel watery. There might be tears. Look, don't be afraid of tears. I'm not afraid of tears. I don't like crying online when I'm doing something, and that has happened to me before, but I'm not afraid of them either. Tears, we might see family members, we might see crying at home or different setups, and you might feel teary, but remember that tears are a really good release. And every full moon, that's what we're doing. We're releasing and adjusting. There's a fly around me here, so I might start swatting if I find my swatter in a second. So basically, it's a time to course correct and change. But every eclipse has the energy to last for 6 months into the future. Plus, there is a sense with eclipses, lunar eclipses, that something is going to change. And there's a sense that afterwards, some area will never be the same again. It's a big change. So be open to that. What I would suggest is journal, write, doodle. You may already be journaling over the past days and week because something may not be feeling really right. I know when I feel like that, I want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I want to get rid of everything. But actually, I got a huge download today, and I can't tell you how excited I am because I know what it is that I've been struggling with that has to change. So because the sun is in Virgo right now, we've got the help of Virgo, which is, analytic, sees the small details. So you might be getting a lot of this sort of Virgo energy. Sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Pisces. So it's a really good time for this. Now, also at the time of the new moon, there's going to be a T-square between the sun and the moon and Jupiter. So Jupiter is squaring it. Jupiter is expansive. Now, if you're triggered, it can be triggering. It can be even bigger. It shines light on. It's expansive. But Jupiter is beautiful, and it is joy and abundance, and freedom of expression. And it's a very benefic planet, and it is forming a trine to Venus. Which is the other benefic. So Venus is about joy and abundance and beauty and aesthetics, and keeping things beautiful and wanting to experience beauty in life, wanting and appreciating the beauty and the love in all things. And Jupiter expands that. And it's a really powerful time because of that to focus on what it is you are creating. So if you set your intentions like we do every new moon, the full moon on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, if you really pay attention to what you want, okay, if you really pay attention to where you're going, if you step into the gap and feel it and experience it and know it is yours. Now, if you're feeling triggered and you feel something is out of alignment, it's not too late to actually do a little bit of course correcting to say, oh, I don't really want that. It's the something different, and do that journaling or, listen to that, whatever it is. I know some of you have done my quantum jumping to successful you. Listen to that again and see, is that in alignment? Do I need to change a little bit? Just tweak things, because now is the time to get really clear on it, because the full moon can be a time where you see something coming to an ending, like the end of the fruits of your labor or your attention to it. In other words, you might see something turn up, or you might get insights, ideas, or parts of your future might happen. The first part of it, showing you that you are going in the right direction. So this is all really exciting, very powerful. However, there are always negative sides. And so at the time of, let me see now, oh yes, so Neptune, because Neptune and Jupiter are so involved in this, the energy that Neptune brings is expansive, it's plenty, it's got, it's abundant and it's joyous. And it doesn't seem boundaries, it sees the bigger picture and it just wants the bigger thing, okay? But the shadow side of that to be watchful of is anywhere that you are over giving, overdoing, overspending, over eating, over drinking, over anything. So Jupiter kind of can go overboard. So just watch for that. Neptune then is also very expansive. It has no boundaries. It is, it's a visionary, but it's imaginative, big dreamer, very creative energy. And then the shadow side of that might be a little bit over idealistic, or a bit over a little bit, illusional or delusional. So just watch for that. But the good news, even though there is a shadow side to those, is that because we're in Virgo, Virgo tends to bring it back into a kind of a, it'll allow you to see the details. It'll allow you to structure and get things correct. I've taken so many notes because I've listened to so many astrologers, and this is what I'm pulling out as the thing that's most. There's one other big thing, and that is there is a grand trine. So 3 planets are trining. That means they're, what's that, 120 degrees away from each other. So Neptune, at Pluto and Uranus, the big, big energies. And they're all very much, I think, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, they're all very much at the very end degrees of the sign. So Pluto is at the last degree, 29 degrees in Capricorn, and we've been moving in and out of Capricorn with Pluto for how long? The last year and a half, 2 years. And it's moved back into Pluto, into Capricorn for one last, I think there's 10 more weeks or 8 more weeks left before it goes into Aquarius and stays there for 20 years or so. But Pluto is about transformation. It's brave. It has, it's not afraid to go deep and look at things, but it's very empowering. It's hugely transformational, and it's about birth, death, and rebirth, sort of regeneration. So looking at where things are, releasing what's not working, and moving on and making some big change. So that is Pluto is in Capricorn. Neptune, and I've forgotten where Neptune is, but Neptune is a healer then. It sort of likes to, it transmute and it heals, and it's a watery, again, that watery sort of sign. And then we also have Uranus. So Uranus rules Aquarius, and Uranus is about big breakthroughs, again transformational, but really it can be quite eruptive or sudden changes, sudden shocks, sudden surprises, sudden shifts in energy, but always for the better, in the long run. While it might seem tricky going through it, it clears things. Right, that's all I'm going to say, I feel, about that. I would suggest, if you're really interested in, I've been watching somebody called Pam Gregory. I watch Tanya Gabrielle. I watch Astrolada. So Lada, but I don't know how to pronounce her second name, but they all have YouTube channels. And then there's Meg Moonbeam, who I've been watching recently. I tiptoe around to different ones, and they all have different energies. Look, you might like what some say, you might not like what others say, but there is an element of kind of the sameness about them all. They're all roughly saying the same things in a different way. I would suggest tonight, and especially tomorrow night, that you, if you haven't already got it, in the link, wherever you're watching this, there's either my Linktree link, where you'll find all of my links to things, and there is a free it's a full moon manifesting meditation. I would strongly advise you. I'm going to do that tonight, and I'm going to do it tomorrow night as well, and I might even have it on in the background so that my family might actually listen to it. It's a really big one. We need to release what's not working and course correct and go forward with where we want to go. I'm just wondering, I hope I'm not breaking up here, because I'm looking at my internet. It doesn't look too stable. Anyway, I'm going ahead. What is the other thing? So the other thing to do is to really tune in. Are you going in the direction that you want? Are you constantly excited about where you're going? Are you creating things? Are you moving? Do you know what that end result? Thanks, TJ. Thanks, Janine. Do you still want that? Because if you don't have to get rid of everything. Just go into it, journal. What would make it even better? The clearer we are about what we want, where we want to go, the better. Because clarity is the first step in those 5 steps that I teach for manifesting anything. Getting absolutely clear, and clear enough so that when you think about it, it feels exciting. Like it should light your heart up. You should feel joyous when you're thinking about it, so that you want to think it more often, and you want to feel these things more often, because you know that you can create it. But if it feels a little off, there might be a small bit of anxiety, or a little bit of, I can never do that, or maybe if I do that, I'll be too overwhelmed, or what will that mean to my life? Any of those little issues that are coming up means you need to go back and get clear on what it is you really, truly want. What else? Okay, I think that's about it. So get clear about it, and then focus on what you want. Absolutely keep the focus moving forward. I'm going to pull some cards on that. How am I for time? I don't like to do these for too long, because I know people tune out. People tune out very quickly, and I do tend to go on. I am an Irish lady with the gift of the gab. Okay, just about to pull. Okay, so I'm gonna And I'm going to douse to see which. Okay, number 3. So I'm going to pull some cards on this. Ooh, I hate him. Yuck. But I've got two. I've got two major. Oh my goodness, 2 kings, 2 major arcana. Okay, I'm just going to read this the way it has come out. So this is in the past. So this is in the past, and it's the King of Wands is all about being truthful, standing in your integrity. There's something bigger. Be truthful with yourself. What is it you really, truly, deeply want? And like I was saying, what are you creating? What sort of life do you want to create? What do you want to do, be, and have? And be honest with that. But this is, you already are. This is a past card. There's something truthful. Now, it could be also that truth is coming out, because with that Pluto aspect in Pluto is about truth. Oh my God, Pluto is not afraid of the truth, and Pluto will dig deep to find the truth, and even if it's scary or dark. So there is a sense that there's an element of truth coming out through this eclipse. Just leave that there. Now, this represents us at the moment, which is the Devil card. I hate this card. I'm almost afraid to touch it. But actually, there are other meanings for it. And what it really means in this, because it's aspecting where we are, is to watch your thoughts. Watch where your thoughts are bringing you. If they're bringing you on a downward spiral, you've got to bring yourself back up. In this, there are, so that's the negative side of life, and the 2 people here are sort of like chained down, but their chains are very loose. They could easily unlock that and move away, telling us that whatever it is that we're seeing that's dark or that we don't like, that we can let it go, move away from it. I'm going to leave that there. I don't like that card, but because it's come up now, I feel that it's actually representing maybe that the Pluto side, not being afraid to look at what's not working, and being really, really ready now to release something. This is the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands then represents us and our, what we want, our sort of inner side. That might be like our thoughts and emotions. That first card, this is more about our big, something big that we're seeing and that we want. And the 8 of Wands is, if you fire up your passion, 8 of Wands are about passion, about purpose, about big insight and ideas and desires. So if you can strike up your desires about something that you want instead, letting go of these are negative and limiting beliefs, old paradigms, old ways of thinking. And if you can really tune into what your purpose and your passions and your desires are for change, you can move really quickly. This card moves really quickly. It's like something big is changing now. And in the middle, there's another major arcana. And that is High Priestess, and she is very much about, like, she's strong, she's determined, she's got great insight and intuition. She's sitting here with pillars on either side, so there's the dark on one side and the light on the other. She's not afraid to look deeply, but she's also very much led by the light. She's emotional. She's very much aware of the cycles actually of life, the cycles within cycles. And this is a lunar cycle, and the eclipse season comes around twice a year. So this is a 6-month cycle, but there's a monthly cycle with the lunar monthly cycles, and every one of those planets that are coming around right now and really intense are kind of showing us things that we need to see. Now, there's also something hit me there, and I didn't say it because I was already talking. I'll come back to that, because this is in the middle, and it's sort of representing what's going on under the surface. It's really empowering. She's good at manifesting as well. We're all good at manifesting. If you want to manifest what you want, stay focused on what you want. So keep your attention away from the dark. Yes, if you're feeling uncomfortable, you need to look at to see what you are done with and then release that and focus again on where you want to go. Um, is there anything else? She's got the moon, the different cycles. Oh yes, that was I was going to talk about the cycles. Yeah, because all of these planetary alignments, there are things happening right now that haven't ever happened in the history that as we know it. And I believe this, you may not, but this is what I believe strongly, and I know a lot of you follow me do the same, that we chose to come here. We, as eternal souls, because we've been here before and we'll be here again, we chose to come here at this time. I'm reckoning, and I heard somebody talking today saying that I probably nudged other spirits out of the way because we were so determined to come to Earth at this time of this great transformation. And it's like there's another cycle, a 25 or 1,000 year cycle when Pluto or when we move into the age of Aquarius for 2,500 years. And those cycles are about 2 to 2,500 years. And we're also moving, we're in this cycle where Pluto is about to move into Aquarius, and that's a 240-year cycle. But we've cycles within cycles. She's aware of that, and it's kind of what's underlying things, I think. This is in the near future now, and the near future is the King of Cups. And I think that this is telling us that we've got to be really careful of our emotions, that this full moon might trigger emotions. It might make us feel vulnerable, sad, uncomfortable. We feel like that because there's something that needs to be changed. Um, so if you're sad, release, let tears out. If you're sad, bring love into your heart. Ground yourself. Actually, listening to the new full moon meditation. I always do that, grounding you, bringing in light, expanding your energy. You're expanding your emotions to more positive emotions, and then you're able to lift yourself up. In that meditation, you're looking before you go into it, look at what you want to release. And it might be a pattern. It might be somewhere that you've been stuck all your life. It might be something that has always eluded you and you've never gotten to a certain level. Now is the time to make that change. There is a huge energy for change. Like this full moon might have sort of triggering aspects, but it is a powerful one. It's a powerful one for change and moving forward. So that is kind of like just watching the emotions. It doesn't mean stuffing them down. I never mean that you're feeling a certain way and that you're not wanting to say it and not wanting to share it, and then it all comes out, in a big, because that's the Uranian when energy, when you push things down and it just actually makes it come out. You're a lot better off bringing in love and having those conversations with people. It may be your family, it may be people at work, it may be, communities. But it's much better when you look at it, you heal it, you release it with love. You're speaking with the energy of love rather than allowing it to kind of, fester. Because the Uranian energy is eruptions, and if it's been held down, it will come out. Now, on either side of that, these are advice cards. So, well, first of all, there's a big yes here, actually, and it's like a big yes to abundance, because this is the Ace of Pentacles. Say yes to yourself about abundance, and whatever form that comes to you, because Pentacles can be money, a physical, wealth. It can be our homes and our structures. It can be our health, and obviously, your health is really your wealth. If we're not healthy, we have nothing. So the universe is giving you something with this full moon eclipse. It's releasing the past and it's giving you the opportunity to say yes, yes, please, yes. I will take that. I will receive that. It's a big yes to yourself. And there's a 10 of swords, which is an ending. So you've got a 1, an ace, and a 10. So a yes to something new, and an old, releasing the old thoughts, the old, the old worries, the old struggles, the old lack, the old belief systems, something that's not working. Because swords are about our thoughts, our ideas, thinking. This is about physical. It's an earthy sign. It's about abundance of all things. So I think that that's all I'm going to say. um, I'm just going to say hello to a few people. So if you are here and you've just come on, in the link, you will find, if you don't already have it, you may already have it. There's a link to the full moon meditation. There's also a link to my linked tree links, where all of the links are. And there's also, actually, I've just noticed that went in as well. And I'm not sure if that's still off. I'm not sure if I finished that. There's a link to getting a mindset and mastery session, which has had 33% off. You try it if you want it. With Virgo 33. I'm not sure if that has expired, but if you want it, try it. Let me see who else is here. TJ, Janine, Rianne, lovely to talk to you. Paula, lovely to see you. 'Tis my birthday on the 17th. Well, that's an abundant day. Yeah, and it's a big day. So big day for releasing and bringing in. That's a numerology of that day. In fact, because September is a 17 universal month, because you add the 9, and it's the eighth, no, it's the 9th. Can't remember. Oh yeah, the 9th month, and it's an 8 universal year. So 8 and 9 add up to 17, which reduces to 8 at infinity. That number 17. I love the number 17. My birthday is on a 17 as well, but not this month. So happy birthday, Paula. What's this? I'll read this on the screen. Hi, tuning in from West Virginia. Hope all is well. Thank you so much for your time and for being here for everybody. May I please have one? I'd truly be grateful for anything. Yeah, you can get that meditation. It's in the where is it? You'll find it in the linked tree link. I am going to love you all and leave you, and happy birthday to Paula, and have a fantastic full moon, and I will see you all soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.